Okay, so sorry about that. I had a little interruption. I had to do this in two parts. So I did a sketch on this face. I did a, in sketch I used the rectangle function. This value is going to be 1.5 off the drawing. This value is going to be double what's on the drawing. I think the drawing shows 250, so I can actually use this dialog box to do 0.250 times 2, which is a ½ inch. And because I'm constrained here with the midpoint to the center of the rectangle, I'm fully defined in this sketch. I'm going to go Features, Cut, Extruded Cut. And the default is 3 inches to where I was, but I'm going to go, let's do up to Surface, and then select this surface. Done. Now on the bottom one, I'll do it a little different. You can use the center rectangle, it'd be a lot easier, but I'm going to do Sketch, Sketch, Sketch tab, Sketch icon on this face. With the line function, I'll make it coincident with this point, horizontal, vertical, and you got to make sure you have this fourth line and it shows shaded as a closed contour. These two endpoints are coincident. Now, I'm also going to use a center line here from this midpoint of this edge, and really it could be anywhere on the part. And I'm going to add a sketch relation of this line, holding control down and selecting these three lines. These short lines on each end, and then the center line, which is a line that I can select, and I can select symmetric. So now it's constrained, and you can see it will grow and shrink evenly, symmetrically from this center line. I can now smart dimension this line length is 0.25. This line length is 1.25, and that's it. That's really all you need. So this one is pretty easy when you do the center rectangle, adding the constraints automatically. I'm going to do Features, Cut, and I'm going to go through all, and the preview looks good. I'm going to say yes, and that is the cuts. So there's two other features needed on this part. Oh, this one looks quite a bit bigger. I think, did I do that value incorrectly? I believe I did. So I'm going to go back in to this sketch, in the design tree, open this up. I'm going to right click and go, oh, I did this incorrect. This is going to be 1.25. I'm going to edit. I'm going to exit the sketch. That looks better now. I'm going to sketch icon on this face. Let's do a circle here, a circle here, and then I will add the center line here as well from this midpoint, and this would be a vertical line. And if I go right click here and go normal to, you can see that it is vertical and perpendicular to this edge. Let's do smart dimension. Just don't do that. Don't do it. Go ask Mom. Tell her I'm working. Go tell Mom I'm working. Let's do smart dimension. 0.5, the through hole. And I'm going to select these. Actually, I need to escape the dimension tool. Select these two arcs and make them equal in size. And then I can select arc, line, arc, and make them symmetric. So now if I move them, they're going to move. You can see how I can move these. I'm going to go smart dimension here from point to edge. Off the drawing, this is 707. And then there's the value here from arc to arc, which dimensions to arc center as 1.5, and this looks good. This is great. I'm going to say yes. You can see again that their closed contours, they're shaded slightly darker. Features cut. And for the direction, I can just do a through all. Even though it shows the preview, it goes all the way down to this bottom edge of the extrusion. I'm going to say yes. And this looks great. The last thing on this part is the chamfers. And I'll show you two different ways, and there's reasons why you would use one or both. The items to chamfer, I can actually choose a cylinder, or I can choose, and it shows the face. The cylinder would show up as a face. I'm going to get down here and change this value off my drawing as 0.06. And then you can also select edges here on the bottom. So I rotated it. I have either the cylinder as a face or the two edges. One of them is, if you have a lot of these, then you can do the cylinders and it goes a little bit faster. Sometimes you want to select edges if you might need to edit later, and it would be a little bit easier to edit by selecting faces in a certain order, a certain direction. But those are the different options, and this looks good. I'm going to say yes. I will go to let's go to the isometric view. I'll do a file save, and this is what you'll submit for Wednesday's assignment.